Well, I guess there's no hiding it anymore. We are moving, and oh my god, it feels so good to get this off my chest, because we have known about this move for a really long time and I've not been able to tell you guys about it. And you know what an open book I am, you know how much I love to share with you, and I find it really, really hard when I've got to keep a secret from you. And I've had to keep this secret for over a month, and it has been probably the hardest secret that I've ever had to keep. I'm not gonna lie, the amount of times I've had to, like, in videos edit out when I've mentioned things that are maybe a little bit too, like, oh, we've been stressed because they're moving, or we've been stressed like moving boxes, and like I've had to edit things out, so I'm like, no, I can't talk about it yet, I can't tell them yet. I wanted to wait until literally it was happening in order to announce it. So I feel like we need to back up a little bit. I need a little bit of a story time here, because I feel like I need to explain the situation. So basically we moved into this flat. So we're currently living just like west of London, and we moved into this flat 2.5 years ago. And something that we both find really funny that we talk about a lot actually is, when we first moved into this flat, we asked for a 6-month break clause in our contract, because we didn't think we'd be here for longer than 6 months. The flat that we actually lived in before this one, we were at for exactly 6 months. We thought, we'll put a break clause in there. We don't know if we're going to be there for a very long time. And 2.5 years later, here we are. But basically, we outgrew the flat really, really quickly. Like, I think it's mainly just because of me and my job and the kind of nature of it. Like, obviously, I have a lot of stuff, and like I need an entire room just for me, like for my office, for my filming, for my setup, for all of the clothes that I have. And it's always something that's like, you know, we kind of agreed on when we first moved into this flat. Basically, we have 1 parking space and 2 bedrooms, so we kind of made it fair that Alex gets the parking space, I get the 2nd bedroom. And for a while it was okay, but we definitely outgrew it quite quickly, and we knew that we wanted to kind of upsize. We also knew that we didn't want to live right near London. And it was something that, especially in the last maybe 6 months, has been a feeling that's just been like growing and growing. And I have loved living near London. Like, it literally takes me 40 minutes, maybe to an hour, just to get into Central, and it's so super easy and quick. It's funny, I feel like people that don't know London will be like, that's still a long time, but like, it's really easy for me to get into Central, and it's been so great for me and my job. Like, it's been really, really handy for me to be able to just like go in, shoot days, meet brands and all of that jazz. But it's something that for a while we kind of knew that we didn't want to live here permanently, especially because we basically feel like where we live now, we spend our whole lives moving out of it. It's been a really great hub in terms of it's very close to everything, but also at the same time we've spent our whole lives leaving it. Like, Alex's job was about an hour's commute, for me it was about an hour to get into central London, and then like friends and family were about an hour away as well. And we kind of knew that basically we wanted to move a little bit closer to friends and family, and we wanted something a little bit bigger. So we have finally managed to make the stars align. Alex has got an exciting new job lined up, and we are going to be moving down to Hampshire, which I am so excited about. We live in technically Berkshire. It's like just on the border of like Berkshire, London. We lived in Berkshire for 2.5 years now. It's been absolutely great, but we really want to be closer to like our roots, close to family, closer to friends. And the best thing about Hampshire is it's quite a bit more affordable than Berkshire, so we're able to size up basically to a 3-bed house. And I cannot wait to show you guys this house, because it is beautiful. So I know I'm going to get loads of questions asking about whether this is rented or if we're buying this house. We are still renting for the time being. It's something that we had a lot of talks about, but I feel like there's a lot of pressure to like buy the second that you're able to and the second that you can afford it. But we basically just want to live in the area for a little bit first, get to know the area, make sure that we love it. And the house that kind of came up, it was literally fate. It was the perfect house, and it actually came on the market, and we basically have been having these conversations. The new job came up, and that weekend we both sat down and were like having a discussion about where we want to live, like exactly the area and all of that jazz. So I was like, right, let's have a little look on Rightmove and see what's available. And the first thing that popped up is basically my dream house, and I was like, oh my god, that is my dream house. We need to arrange a viewing. And by the Wednesday of that week, we'd been told we got the house. Renting now, oh my god, I feel like it's changed so much in the last 2.5 years since we rented this place. Like, it's so much faster paced, and it's a lot more like competitive now. Like I remember when we got this place, it was mainly just like a first come first serve basis. I think we took a couple of days to decide that we wanted it, and then you just put down your deposit and you've got it. This new place, it was literally like they don't do a first come first serve, they choose the tenants. So it means that the landlord can choose like the perfect people to come and live in his house basically. And we had to submit like a tenant bio, we had to submit things about ourselves, our jobs, our salaries, our hobbies, our likes, our dislikes. So it was literally like a CV and cover letter you're sending over to this landlord. But it kind of made it all the more special because it meant that he chose us, which was really, really cute. We got a call from the estate agent saying, I get to give you the good news. And it was very, very good news indeed. So we are going to be sizing up to a beautiful 3-bed house, which I'm so excited about because it means that Alex will get his own office, which we're really looking forward to. We're going to have a garden, which we're so looking forward to. We've got a driveway, we've got so much space, and a thing I'm really, really excited about is having a separate kitchen to the living room. I've not experienced that in my entirety of like living out of my parents' house. Like ever since I was 18, I've never had a separate kitchen and living room. They're always like, because I've always lived in kind of like fairly modern flats and they've always just been one big room. So I'm so excited. We've got like a little snug. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So we are moving at the start of May, which is just so exciting. We've actually known about this move since literally the end of March. It's been just over a month that we've been kind of like planning and prepping, and I've been keeping the secret from you, and I am so excited that I'm not having to keep this a secret anymore. I can tell you guys it's out in the open. I feel so good about it. Having to hide all the moving boxes has been a nightmare. I will show you what the flat looks like in a little bit because it has been so tough, and I've obviously just had to keep my office clear, so it means that all of the moving boxes have been like in the hallway, in the living room, in the kitchen. They are everywhere at the moment because we've been trying to pack like slowly as the month has gone on, seeing as we knew we had like so much time to pack everything up and basically get our ducks in a row and get everything sorted. So yeah, I feel like I've just rambled at you for however long, and I'm not even sure if what I've said has been fully comprehensive because I am just so excited. Honestly guys, I cannot believe that it's finally happening. It feels like it's been such a long time coming because obviously we signed with flat, oh my god, house. We signed the house back at the end of March. It's now May, but yeah. So if you're wondering why I've been fairly absent throughout April, I don't know if you've noticed, but I feel like I have been a little bit mentally absent. And it might be something that has completely passed you by, but I feel like when I've been watching back the videos, I can really tell. I'm editing them going like, oh Ellie, you are not with it here, because I just feel like there's been so many things going through my mind, like a million and one things to do, a million and one things to think about. And if, in case you're wondering, there's been a couple of occasions where I've mentioned throughout the month like, oh, me and Alex were a bit busy, oh, it's a bit stressful. And like when we got ill, I think it was just because we were so stressed out with like the move, getting everything sorted. It was kind of in that period of like when we were getting it all finalized and sorted, so we were very stressed out, and that's why I think we both got the cold. And yeah, so if you're wondering if you've noticed that I've been a little bit absent, that is why, and that's also why I dropped down to 2 videos a week, because it was just too much of a mental strain doing all 3. So coming into the new house, there's going to be 3 videos a week. There's going to be so much to show you, so much content coming out. It's going to be loads of interior content. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I feel like I've been lacking in the interior content for a long time now, because obviously having a 2-bed flat, there's only a certain amount of stuff you can do before it's just like change for change's sake. But we're going to have a new house, a new place to style up, so many rooms to show you. I literally cannot wait. So before I gush and ramble anymore, I feel like we need to get on with the rest of this video because I still have lots to do, lots on my to-do list, and I can finally, now that I've told you, start packing up my office. But before we get started with packing up the office, I just thought I would show you my dress. This is the Bowden dress you would have seen in my latest video. It's so stunning, and I also forgot to mention in that video, it's got pockets. I love this dress. I literally could not love it anymore, and I'm just wearing it really casually with no belt or anything, just so I want to be super comfortable in it today, because we're going to be doing a lot of packing up and a lot more boxing things up. I feel like this room is going to make me really sad to start having to pack up, because I do absolutely love my office. Like, I've really made it such a homely, cute little space, although wait until you see my new office in the new house. It's about double the size of this. I would say it's like a really decent sized room. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's weird actually, in the new house the master bedroom and the second bedroom are pretty much the same size, so we were kind of trying to decide which one to have as our bedroom and which one to have as my office, but I will of course show you all of that when it comes to moving in, and we will of course be styling up a new office. Things are going to be having to change a little bit because it's obviously not going to look exactly the same as this. I'm going to need some new furniture, some new bits. We will of course address that. I feel like I'm getting so ahead of myself because before any of that we need to start packing up this space in here. So I think probably practically the best place to start is with these wardrobes. Obviously I've got all of my dresses in here, and then that's my kind of shoot wardrobe, and I've got to a point where I'm like pretty much wrapped up everything that I can in terms of work stuff now until it comes to the actual move. And also, oh my god, I forgot to mention about Copenhagen, because obviously you would have seen in my last video that I'm going away to Copenhagen. I will have been back by this point. I'm filming this literally 2 days before I go. If you're wondering, Ellie, why on earth did you book a trip to Copenhagen just before you moved? The move hadn't been planned. Like, we didn't even know we were going to move at that point when I booked the trip. So it's actually really funny the way that it works out. I'm away in Copenhagen, and the day that I get back is the day that we pick up the keys. So basically the way that we've worked is Alex is going to be the one to go and get the keys, go and do the inventory, all of that check-in, and then once I'm back and once I've got my flight home, I'll be able to check in with him, and then moving day is the next day after that. So I basically get back from Copenhagen and the next day I move house. Not the best planning on my part, but it is what it is. So I think I'm going to unpack all of these wardrobes and empty them out so that they are at a point where they are just ready to go. When it comes to the movers, we're not actually going to be dismantling things because I just find that that's too faffy. I'd much rather have like more. We've organised it so that we have basically 2 vans, because it means that that way we don't have to keep taking things apart and putting things together, because you know what I'm like with DIY, I'm useless, absolutely useless. So right, let's get emptying these wardrobes.
To be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no gloves. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no gloves.
So the wardrobes are officially empty. How weird does it look seeing full-on empty wardrobes? And this one as well. Everything is completely gone from it. So that's a very satisfying sight, although the rest of the dressing room now looks like this. I've got a big box all boxed up. This is, I've been labelling all of them as well, just in case you're wondering. So bedroom 2, so it means that the movers know which room to take them to, upstairs or downstairs, and then it means that we don't have to sort through the boxes afterwards. And what I've also been doing is, if you can see over here, I've been writing myself a list of contents of what's in the box so that when it comes to actually unpacking them, hello, in a massive sea of mess, it means that when it comes to actually unpacking them, I know exactly what's in it, and then it means that I know which boxes like I need immediately and which ones that I can leave for the time being. So it just makes it a little bit more organised. But I'm not gonna lie, packing in this dress, this is the first time I've been packing like on camera, and I've not been looking like this 90% of the time whilst I've been packing. Packing this dress is making me really hot. I actually can't believe I'm showing you this, but this is the current state of the hallway. Just boxes and boxes everywhere. As you can probably tell by the lighting and by the tiredness of my eyes, it is quite late now. I've basically been at it most of the evening. I've managed to fill, I've got 2 boxes basically pretty much full, and this is how the dressing room now looks. It's really weird not seeing my bag shelves all styled up nicely. I've just got things being chucked about a bit. My bags I think I'm going to leave till last because I think I'm going to keep them with me in the car. I just don't feel comfortable with them being on the van. I know that that sounds silly because obviously, you know, we've got a lot of other valuables on the van, but I think I'm going to bag these up and keep them all with me in the car. but I think tomorrow it's going to be a case of taking all the things off the walls, stripping all the walls and getting everything down. It's already starting to look really bare. I don't like it at all. I feel like it probably doesn't look that much different to you guys, but to me, especially because I know all the wardrobes and stuff are empty, these are going to have to come down tomorrow as well, and it's going to start looking really, really stark from tomorrow onwards, which just makes me really sad because I love this room, but so excited for the new place. Even just sitting in my little spot, I'm like, oh, it just looks so different. But I think I am in well-deserving need of a bubble bath now tonight, because I've been at this for a long time. But it's like really satisfying to know that so much of it has already been boxed up. And I reckon maybe just one more box will do for this room, which is quite nice to think about, actually. It's not been too bad in here. I actually think it's been not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to need a lot more boxes and it was going to take me a lot more time. To be perfectly honest, it's been a lot of just clearing out as well. Like, there's been a lot of stuff that I'm like, I definitely don't need that anymore. I definitely don't need that anymore. So this is like your sign that even if you're not moving, and if you have no intention, just have a little bit of a declutter of like your office, because I feel like that's a space that you just forget about, because it's not fun to declutter like your wardrobe. So yeah, but I've got everything boxed away that can be boxed away for now, and we will carry this on tomorrow. But I think I'm going to go ahead and run myself a bath and have a bit of a pamper evening, because after today it is definitely needed. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day now. I feel like I've got a little bit more of a sensible outfit on. I'm still wearing a dress, which you might think is not the most sensible packing outfit in the world, but really super comfy, stretchy dress from Amazon Fashion. And I've just gone for really pared back makeup. I've literally just got on like the lightest layer of BB cream, tiny little bit of lipstick, tiny little bit of eyes. The only actually reason why I've done my eyes is because I had to like film a little bit for a campaign that I'm working on this morning. That's like the only reason why I have like a fair little bit of makeup on this morning. But another day of packing. It is literally the day before I'm going away to Copenhagen, so I have two lots of packing to do today. Packing for the move and also packing for my trip, which is just going to be fairly simple. Like, I don't actually have any hold luggage. I'm literally just going to be taking hand luggage. I think I mentioned that I'm not really going to be filming, I'm not really going to be posting much when I'm there. It's mainly just going to be on stories. I might do a couple of like little photo dumps if I'm feeling the vibe, but I'm just not going to put the pressure on myself, so I don't really need to bring too much, because it's not like I'm shooting, you know, a lot of content whilst I'm there. So it should be fairly straightforward. But I'm up, I'm dressed, and I am ready for another day of packing. And I've just remembered actually that before we started packing, I did a little bit of a flat tour, because I feel like it's been a really long time since I filmed a flat tour. I did actually film one like maybe back in 2020. I think I filmed it when the flat looked very different, and it was a very different setup, and I feel like I haven't really shown you like the full flat since. So I thought that I could insert this footage now so that I could show you what the flat looked like before we started packing, and then I can show you what it looks like now. But I just want to warn you that I was still quite ill when I filmed this, and I feel like my voice is probably going to sound really weird in the footage because I was still recovering from that awful cold that I got at the start of April. So if my voice sounds weird in these clips, I do apologise, but I wanted to make sure that I could get filming it before we started packing anything. So this was literally filmed pretty much a month ago now, so I'm going to insert that now. Okay, so as we come in, the first thing you see is the two bedrooms right in front of you. We've got the bathroom here on our right, which we have done many a skincare update in here, which has always been an absolutely fine bathroom. It's nice and modern, it's quite, you know, simple, it's very inoffensive. The only thing that I just cannot wait to say goodbye to is this horrible lime scaly shower glass. We moved in and it looked like this, and it's something that we've never been able to get rid of. If you live around England or around especially London, you'll know that this is like a real issue around London, because lime scale and hard water basically builds up and you just get this really awful kind of like marks on the shower. And yeah, it looked like that when we moved in, and we have never been able to get it off. I've literally used bleach, I've used pink stuff, I've tried everything, so that's like the best we've ever been able to have our shower screen looking. So I can't wait to say goodbye to that. But the shower's been great, like, you know, we've had a nice big mirror, all our products up there, so it's been an absolutely lovely bathroom to have. And then we come in here to the master bedroom, which honestly it's like
every single room, I'm like, many a chat has happened in here. I do love our master bedroom. It's very simple. You guys will have seen lots of like updates and basically how we got to this room, because I feel like it went through quite a journey to get the room to this nice, really tranquil place. So this is just kind of my favorite view, just being able to look at the bed. We try and keep this room as minimal and as simple as possible. This is a bed that we picked up from made.com. We didn't go for the ottoman one that lifts up, and I do kind of wish that we had, because we do have stuff under there. I don't know if you can see, we do have storage underneath, but you have to like lift the bed up to be able to access it, which is a little bit of an issue. But hopefully in the new place you might not need to store anything under the bed, which will be an absolute luxury. And then we've got this chest of drawers, which is going to be going. We can't wait to say goodbye to it, because it's always been a little bit of a nightmare. I'm not gonna lie, you can probably see here the drawers just don't close properly. Like they've always kind of stuck out weirdly, and yeah, it's just not been great. And the way that they kind of like alcoves sit in the new place, this wouldn't fit anyway, so we're going to say goodbye to this. This one's going to go, but I do really like this setup, so I definitely want to create something similar in the new bedroom, just like a really tranquil kind of vanity space. I really like that. Bedside tables and everything like that will be coming as well. And then we've got these huge wardrobes, which we're going to be saying goodbye to as well. But we've got built-in wardrobes in the new place, which are even bigger than this actually. We've been very lucky to have these, because a lot of new builds, a lot of flats do not have this much storage. But having these like triple wardrobes has been absolutely amazing to have. It's been really, really handy. It holds so much storage, so it's been great. I've also got my storage boxes down there, which will be coming with us as well. And then out in the hallway, I feel like you never really see the hallway. Just got a little radiator cover with some bits over here. We've got these really big cupboards, which I've absolutely loved. Am I going to show you inside? Let's show you inside, because they are. This is a real like behind the scenes. This is basically where all of our clothes go, our drying rack, our keys, bags. We've got the Hoover over there, and then these are where all of our Christmas boxes go. So it's like a huge cupboard. Oh, and my little bike there. So it's an absolutely huge cupboard. It's been so great to have. We've been very, very lucky to have such a massive one, and then like the boiler and stuff is in that one. So yeah, the hallway I feel like you never really get to see, because it's so dark. There's no windows or anything in this hallway, so if you have all the doors closed, you literally, it's pitch black in here. So that's part of the reason why we literally have like a door stop there. All of the doors always remain open. I really like it to be nice and airy and bright, so that we've got lots of light shining through. But that's why, oh, also you can see these are the two mirrors, which this is the mirror that used to be in my dressing room, and I kept it because I knew we would move somewhere bigger and I knew I'd want to keep it, so that stays here. So it's been behind this mirror for a really, really long time. And then of course a room that you'll be very, very familiar with. My chair is still currently, at the time of filming this, in the chair hospital with my dad, so I'm still using this one, but I do kind of like it. I think it goes. But yeah, this is of course my dressing room, which you guys will be so familiar with. My big wardrobes over here, which these are both going to be coming with us. I have kept that door that used to be on this one, just in case it doesn't work as an L, in case I need to reconfigure it in the new place. We're going to have a lot of fun deciding how the new office is going to be set up, because it's much bigger than this room. Like I feel like this room looks big when you kind of stand far away here, but for context, I think if you put a double bed in here, it will pretty much take up the entire room. So it's actually quite a small room. So I've just kind of done everything I can in order to configure it into like the most amount of space as possible. But I do really love how this room looks. Love my mirror, my pampas grass. I really, really love it, and I'm definitely going to be redoing this hat situation in the new place, because I just think this is such a lovely room. I basically want to recreate this vibe, so I cannot wait to start doing that in the new house. And then through here we've got the brightest room, loveliest, sunniest room in the flat. This is our living room, our kitchen, and our dining room, all in one space. But it's been a really, really lovely space. Like, it's so light, as you can see. It's really bright and airy. We're right on the corner of our building, so we've got this really gorgeous big window that lets in so much light. The sun literally just goes across like that and then kind of sets over there, so we get this really lovely evening light in here. But one thing we're going to be so excited about for the new place is having a separate living room to kitchen diner, because we've been so used to having it all in one place. And as lovely as it is, like obviously there's not much separation. Like, you've got the kitchen here, the living room kind of in the middle, and then the dining room over here. So it'll be really nice to be able to like separate it a little bit more. I've always had questions about why we have this here and not kind of this side. We can't. The TV the plug-in is literally over there. So I don't know if you've been around since this, because this would have been about maybe 2 years ago, but we actually used to have this kind of flipped. So the sofa was like here and the TV was on that wall, but we reconfigured it maybe in about 2020. And this just makes it so much more open, so much better in terms of like how the room works. So that's why we've got the dining room here, the dining table. But basically our kitchen is just kind of like a strip on a wall. It's literally just this bit along here, which has been fine. It's great, but it does sometimes feel very cramped because obviously there's not a huge amount of like surface space, and you know, if you're both making lunch or you're both helping with dinner, you do have to kind of like skirt around each other quite a lot. But it's been great. Like, it's quite a big kitchen for a 2-bed flat, and everything's like, there's loads of covered space, everything's built in, so it's really, really handy. Like, we've got the dishwasher down here, our washing machine was over there. We do actually have 2 fridges. This is something I always get asked about. This was a fridge that I got when we were in our first flat all the way back up in Derby when we used to live up there, and I got it gifted from Swan, and I absolutely loved it. I didn't want to get rid of it at all because I just loved the colour, loved how it looks. It's very like Smeg in style. So when we moved down here, I said to Alex, I don't care, let's just leave that one off and have this fridge. But actually in the summer of last year we did turn this one on, and it's so handy to have as like a drinks fridge. The freezer we use quite a lot for like ice creams and anything like that, so it's been really, really great to have. So we will be taking this. Our new place does have a built-in fridge, but I think we're just going to take this and store it, just because I love it so much that if we were to ever move somewhere that doesn't have a fridge built in, this will be my pride and joy to be able to bring. So yeah, so people always ask why we have our bin in front of a cupboard. It's because that's the freezer. All we do is move the bin out of the way if we need to open that one, but we barely open that freezer, so it's not a big deal at all. And it's funny because sometimes from different angles, like especially when I kind of take photos maybe from this angle, people think the fridge is right in front of that cupboard, and they're like, why on earth have you done that? I'm like, no, there is quite a big gap there, big enough for at least 2 little picture frames in the corner. But yeah, so these shelves we actually put up ourselves, so we're gonna have to like fill in the holes and patch that all up. But our new place has actually got kind of shelves similar in style, so I think it might be really nice to bring our own, see where we can kind of slot them into the house and kind of basically incorporate our style and pair that with the landlord style and like what he's done with the place. So yes, this is the kitchen, and then living room. I really, really love our living room. It's so nice. I love this sofa. I always get questions about this. This is the IKEA Grandlik sofa, I believe, and it's been fab. The cushions are washable, so we have washed them a couple of times. They do discolor after a little while, especially if you're like me and you wear fake tan, because they are white, but we just chucked them in the wash, added a little bit of like whitening powder, and they are good as new. So always love how they look, and I just love the way that the sun comes beaming through into our flat. And of course my little cloud poof, which I love. And then we've got our little IKEA shelves. I think these are probably going to be the first things that we take down, because we are going to have to start boxing everything up soon. Obviously this isn't going up for a while, so yeah, this is not going to look like this by the time this video goes up. So I think what we're going to do is take these shelves down, basically use this wall to start boxing everything up and piling up boxes over there. But yeah, it's been really great, and I absolutely love this little nook that we did here. I literally use this chair all the time. I sit in here, do my work, do my laptop stuff, and it's a really, really lovely space because it's not too comfortable, so that, like, you know, when you're on the sofa and you get too comfy and you don't work, but it's not like you're sitting at the kitchen table. So it's really, really lovely. And then of course we've got the dining table over here, and you can see right here Alex's monitor. And actually, I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time the dining table has been free, like nothing on the surface for a little while, because we both just work at this dining table, and I won't lie, I couldn't tell you the last time that we actually ate a meal here, because it's just become so much of a workspace. Like, Alex doesn't have an office in this flat because there's obviously only 2 beds, so the office is mine and he doesn't have one. So whenever he's working from home, he has to work at the kitchen table, and he's got to get out his monitors, he's got to get out everything that he needs. So it kind of basically just looks like a workstation 24/7. So we never really eat here anymore, which is such a shame. So I cannot wait for him to have his own office, for him to actually have his own workspace, to not feel like, you know what it's like when you just feel like you have to get it out and put it away every night and you don't feel like settled. So I can't wait for him to have his own space, that he's settled, and we can actually eat at our dining room table once again, which I'm so, so excited about. And then of course, over here, just a little bit more storage. We've got a little bar cart, which is full to the brim of lovely alcohols, my little ottoman, which I can't wait to bring with us that my grandpa made, and of course our lovely, lovely clock with Tina. Comment down below if you know Tina. If you do, you've been around here since at least Vlogmas. But yeah, I love it. And we've always been so lucky to have such a gorgeous view out of our flat. It's something that's so, so rare to get, especially West London. Like, you never really get these kinds of views. So that's something that we've been so blessed to have, and we've really not taken it for granted in this flat. So we really are going to miss it. It's been such a gorgeous flat. I feel like from this tour you might be able to see just how small it is though, because I always feel like things look bigger online than they do in real life, and it's actually been like a really small flat. It literally has the grand total of 4 rooms, a living room, kitchen, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So I can't wait to have a bit more space, can't wait for it to be like a proper house, a bit more open, more to play with. But we are going to miss this place. It has been absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, just wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown and a full tour of the flat before we moved out, before the packing starts, before the madness begins. So I hope you've enjoyed. And then to show you what the flat currently looks like now. So we've started taking things off the walls and like patching up and stuff, because we did do a little bit. We need to take the curtains down soon as well, because these were ones that actually we put up, and you can just see that there is just in every orifice boxes of stuff. So this room is starting to look a little bit empty. Lots of boxes out in the hallway still. The dressing room, I managed to do a couple, I had a little spurt of energy last night. I did some more like clothes and stuff because I don't find them too bad. I picked up these bags from Amazon and they are huge, like they're absolutely amazing. So I've taken down one of the pictures. I'm still keeping this up just because, especially with regards to like work and campaigns and stuff, just in case I still need this little setup. I'm going to leave this literally to the last second before I take these down, but I can probably look to take these off, take the picture hooks down and stuff. And then in the living room, this is the current state of the living room. We've got Alex over here doing some work, working away, and this is what I mean when I say the big monitor setup. So this is basically what our kitchen tables look like for a very long time, but boxes and boxes of stuff. We're basically just chucking boxes wherever we can, wherever they're slightly out of the way, and the kitchen countertops are looking very bare. We've taken all of the appliances off that we don't need right now, so looking very different to the last clip that you just saw, and this is basically how it's been looking for the last 3 weeks, which has been fun. I feel like you can really see what I mean when I say about like the flat did not have all that much space, like especially in terms of like cupboards. We pretty much just got like the big built-in wardrobes and one cupboard out in the hallway, and like in terms of rooms, I think people sometimes forget just how like small the square footage is. Like there's literally a grand total of 4 rooms in this house: the bathroom, the bedroom, my room and the kitchen living room. So to go from this to a 3-bed house is going to be such a huge upgrade in terms of space, in terms of rooms, in terms of size, just in terms of everything, which is why I'm just so excited about this upgrade. It's going to be such a huge jump for us, and I know that for some people you're probably going to look at the 3-bed house whenever I come to showing you it and being like, that's really not the biggest 3-bed house in the world, and it's definitely not. It's like quite a small little semi-detached, but to go from this to that is such a huge jump for us that I'm so excited about. So I think the plan of action now is basically just carrying on packing. I think I'm going to do some more clothes, because I think the clothes aren't too difficult. I can kind of just put aside the ones that I need for like Copenhagen, what I'm going to be wearing for moving day, and basically just living out of a suitcase for the next week, and just making sure that everything that I don't need is just packed away and ready to go, because poor Alex has basically got like the last push, all having to do it all himself because he's not coming to Copenhagen with me. So I just want to make sure that on my end and everything that I can do with my stuff is all packed and ready to go, so that it's as like straightforward for him as possible. So I think we're gonna cue another time lapse and do some more packing.
If I want, let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I don't fit
my goodness, how weird does my dressing room look like this? It just feels so empty, and without the like colourfulness of the bags on the shelves, it feels so stark in here. It's really weird, but we are pretty much all packed up and ready now. This is everything, the last of it from the dressing room, and I feel really, really sad. So literally the last thing I'm gonna have to do is pull these off the wall, but they were on command hooks, so like it shouldn't be an issue. They were just command strips that you just peel off. Really super simple. All of the command hooks that we've been peeling off have been really easy to take down, so I will do those literally, I think probably the day that we move, and this is pretty much it, ready to go. I'm all packed and ready for Copenhagen for tomorrow, and the flat is all packed up and ready for the moving then to arrive. So I think I'm going to end this vlog here in this very stark and empty dressing room. I really do not like seeing it like this. It's just so weird to see it so stark and so empty, but my goodness, am I excited for the new house. So that means that the next vlog you guys are going to be seeing will be the moving vlog. I'm of course going to be vlogging the move as much as I can because it's going to be a rather stressful day, but we do have 2 vans and 4 moving guys that are going to be coming and helping us, so I'm really hoping that it's going to be fairly straightforward. The last time we moved we only had 1 van and 2 people, and we didn't have a lift in the building that we moved from, so it took a lot longer than we thought. So I'm hoping that this one won't take as long. I'm hoping it's going to be a really straightforward, fairly easy move, and once we get there they can park on the driveway, and it's going to be really quick and easy to get the boxes into the house. So this is it from me. The second last vlog in this flat. I cannot believe it, but I hope you guys are as excited about the news as I am. I don't know if any of you've guessed it. Let me know, because I know I kind of hinted to it a couple of times. I kind of dropped hints that big things were happening, that there was going to be something coming, and I did say in my last vlog there was going to be an announcement in this one. So let me know if you guessed what was happening, or if this is a complete and total surprise to you. But I hope you join me for all of the moving vlogs. There's going to be a lot of moving vlogs, lots of rooms to show you, lots of room reveals, and so much home content coming your way. Of course, I won't be ditching the fashion content. I will basically try and prioritize my dressing room so that I can get the fashion content up and ready as quickly as possible. But for the next few vlogs, we are going to be moving, which is just so exciting. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I would absolutely love it if you hit it now, and you can come and join us for this really big, exciting new adventure. So I hope you guys have the loveliest evening, and I will see you on moving day. Bye guys.